So around 4.4% of the United States adult population is diagnosed with ADHD. That means that around 1 in 20 adults that you will meet will have ADHD. So chances are you don't have it. Each individual that does have ADHD might have varying severity. Some cannot even tell they have ADHD, and some might need 8 hours for a 2-hour test.
Dash cams are a thing.
When people tend to exhibit symptoms, we see jumping off the walls, difficulty paying attention, easily distracted, and sometimes easily irritable. But realistically, these things go away when you become an adult.
Commuting is economic. I like to save money.
If you find a 30-year-old that still can't sit still in a chair, then it might be more of a personal issue. For some adults out there who still feel the lasting effects of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, myself included, have been able to maintain their ability to function like many others, but have to overcome significantly more hurdles to achieve simple tasks. According to the Milwaukee Young Adult Study, collegiate students are nearly 50% less likely to graduate than other students. This statistic is almost comical considering how damning it is to so many individuals.
Escalators are silly.
All of this to say that people with any sort of mental disorder that impairs their ability to compete with others and function normally are struggling on a daily basis. I've never been one to be self-conscious. In fact, I find it kind of weird to care about what others think. But when I have to cross my legs to sit still and bite my nails to stay on track, I do admit I get pretty embarrassed with myself.
I got hit by a car, a crosswalk. That could be huge.
One great debate on the topic of ADHD is the temptation to bite your nails. For the great majority of my life and the existence of psychology, OCD has been thought to be the main influence behind biting nails. It does make sense that a compulsion fits better under the compulsion disorder and not attention disorder. Despite this, over the last decade, many studies have concluded that there is much more nuance to the discussion of what causes nail biting. And within the last few years, many studies have established ADHD to be the leading cause of nail biting.
Yeah, you should play The Strokes.
This debate in the sphere of academia is
really good. I really like that one song.
beneficial to the advancement of psychology
Welcome to Japan by The Strokes.
and understanding mental illness.
Yeah, play that song.
But at the end of the day, people are still biting their nails until they bleed, and they don't know how to stop.
The concrete jungle campus.
I point out nail biting as one tendency. In a massive picture, people with ADHD or OCD do many different things, and biting their nails is just one of them. And just because you might bite your nails does not mean that you have a mental disorder.
Alright, let's pay attention. Lecture time.
There are many steps to understanding what problems an individual may have, and many times there is no medical diagnosis to go along with it. It can seem trendy or easy to give yourself a reason for shortcomings or for one instance. But in reality, you do not actually want to have mental disorders. They do not feel very good. Despite the endless debates in the scientific sphere of whether or not hair pulling is ADHD or OCD, or whether or not ADD is even a thing, one area that remains unchanged is the impacts on people trying to function normally.
Park isn't exactly the safest place.
Scientists still try to figure out who and what is causing it, but we do know that people with these disorders can hardly graduate college. They pull the hair out of their head because they don't know if the light switch is off, and they really don't like deadlines that are longer than 24 hours.
Maybe they're yelling about something important.
It should be in everyone's best interest to understand mental deficiencies, especially at an early age, and we should be cautious about self-diagnosing mental disorders. It should always be a good thing to look into your mental health and the mental health of others around you, but be careful considering the extent of your knowledge.
I feel like I have something important for this class.
I encourage you to look more into the realm of mental illnesses and psychology, understand that there are infinitely many rabbit holes and loopholes and contradictions, but looking more and learning more can almost do nothing but good for you and others.